recognize the gentleman from Wisconsin, Mr. Fitzgerald.
Chairman Gensler, thanks for being here. Congressman Lucas and Posey talked about this earlier. I'm just going to bring it up again. It deals with the proposals regarding predictive data analytics. Just could you distill down again? How do you think the proposal is? Is there a lack of economic analysis, and is that consistent kind of with SEC's mission to protect investors? How do you see those two kind of meshing?
So good questions. One, there's a robust economic analysis, but we're going to benefit from public feedback on it. But two, the rationale. On the rationale, it comes to a really key thing. An investment advisor, whether it's through a robo-advisor or a broker-dealer, that they continue to put our interest, the investing public's interest, first, when they're engaging with us, what's called investor interaction, they're not putting their interest in front of ours. So they can use data analytics and use math to put their interest ahead of ours, and that's not good for the investing public.
Are you afraid it'll be applied too directly on just about everything out there? From it could go down to the level of Excel spreadsheets. I mean, somehow it has to be applied. Right?
Here's the sort of balancing act. We're technology neutral. So whether you use, as you say, an Excel spreadsheet or you use machine learning, the core question is, are you engaging with the investors and pushing them for your profits, not your personal profits, but the investment advisor's profits, right, or the investors? But we've got a lot of comments. The comment file is open until, I think, October 10th, so we're still hearing from the public, and this hearing today is a very important part of that.
A couple times you've said the SEC's rulemaking, you're just kind of simply doing what Congress has asked for. Do you think that's consistent? I mean, there's 40-some rule proposals, and I don't know that Congress had asked for all of those. So how are you measuring that right now?
No, you raise a good point. It's not that you asked for it last week or last month, but our laws embodied by Congress are on the books, and we need, I think, really to say competitive in the world, to update our rule books to make sure that the markets, the Wall Street broker-dealers, the exchanges, the investment advisors, that they're working on behalf of your constituents, the investors, and the people with good ideas who want to raise money. And it's trying to drive greater efficiency in the middle of that market. And sometimes the middle of the market doesn't love that, because greater efficiency might mean a little less economic rents, a little less profits in the middle.
Let me switch gears again. I think we're concerned about FSOC's recent proposal regarding the designation of the non-bank financial institutions as systematically important, particularly the elimination of a cost-benefit analysis requirement. Given your kind of the position as FSOC member, why would the FSOC eliminate the requirement to do a cost-benefit analysis when determining whether or not a non-bank financial institution should be designated as systematically important?
I thank you. I am a member of the Financial Stability Oversight Council, and what we put out to public comment, so I'm only one voting member, but
right,
what we put out to public comment was really just to ensure that we get back to the guidance that was out there in 2012. I was a proud member back then of that committee too, that council then. And so we've really gotten public feedback on whether to, in essence, could there be financial institutions that were so important to the system, systemically relevant, that they be designated so and then come under the Federal Reserve for oversight?
Very good. I'm going to squeeze in one more here. I'd like to reiterate, Congressman Lukenmeyer talked about it earlier, about the proposed securitization conflicts rule. When you were here, I think it was in April, you mentioned that the proposed rule was new and you hadn't looked at the comment file. At home, Wisconsinites rely on private mortgage insurance for access to affordability and sustainable home ownership. How can you differentiate between managing risk and betting on both sides of the transaction without capturing necessary business activity
No,
like
I
this, I
mean-
guess. Yeah, how's that going to work?
Congress gave us the challenge to do that, and that's why we put it out to public comment. But you're allowed to hedge, you're allowed to do other transactions, but not bet against the investors. And that's, we're still working through the comments to try to finalize. It's a mandate from Congress.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Yield back.
Now I'll go to